Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing a Cadillac CT5-V. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Signer Cadillac here in Salt Lake City, Utah, for giving me some time with this CT5. This particular one is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 3-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 26 on the highway, with power outputs being 360 horsepower and then 405 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see how it's raised there in the center, gives it kind of a sportier design. And then popping down below, I love the daytime running light headlight situation. It looks so cool with the Cadillacs. Notice how it's blacked out there, and then you've got your 20 years decal, and then the rest of the grille all blacked out as well. And when you put this together with the contrast between the black and the red, it looks really sharp. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 245/40/19 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels, you've got like a satin finish there, and I like the brake caliper too. Pops out a little bit with the red, not nearly as bright as the paint on the car though, that's for sure. But you guys can see with the fender here, that pops out a little bit. Got the V badge, mirror caps are body painted, and then notice with the stem how that's blacked out. You also have more blacked out trim here on the side. And then here is your full side view with this CT5-V. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We've got the remote start, the opening for the trunk, and the V logo on the back. And then popping into the cargo area, you guys can see it is quite spacious indeed here with the CT5. Obviously it's Cadillac's bigger sedan, so it makes sense. When you're all done, they give you this nice handle where you can just plop, well, there you go. Now we also have this low profile spoiler. You can see another V badge, and look at the taillight design here and all the rest of the badges. And then I love the exhaust tip set up there at the bottom. I think it looks sharp. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with the CT5-V. Now taking a look at the door panel, soft touch here at the top, and then you guys can see the carbon fiber trim down below, and then we got more soft touch as well. I like that. Stitching goes through, and then the window is actually automatic. And then the seats are pretty cool, perforated all down the center. You've got the nice contrasted stitching there on the side, and then red seat belts. Legroom here in the back's good. We also have a storage pocket. We got vents, some charging ports as well. And then headroom back here, I mean, I'm kind of touching the top, but I technically fit also. I guess we get our own sunroof here for the back passengers. Now taking a look at the front door panel, again, you guys can see soft touch here, and then the carbon fiber trim down below, and then more soft touch trim. All of our window controls are automatic. We've got our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. Got blind spot monitoring with the mirrors as well. And then here's the front seat. You guys can see again perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments there on the side, and look at the V badge right there. And then pretty nice looking pedals down below. We also have this for the heads-up display controls, and then your parking brake. And then the entire dash is actually nice soft touch trim with the stitching throughout. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see nice trim all around. You got paddle shifters there on the back for the 10-speed. You got the V badge there, carbon fiber trim. I like the V-mode button right there, it's so cool. Some controls for the center stack, including a heat steering wheel button there with our adaptive cruise control. And it looks like this one has the Super Cruise system, which is always a nice feature to have. And then you guys can see the regular stocks there on the back. Now here's our gauge cluster. It's a big digital gauge cluster, pretty standard stuff. A lot of modern cars have, you know, something like this. When you pop into the V mode, look, it does like a full change. I don't know. I think that's exciting. There's a bunch of other drive modes too, so you guys can see you've got modes for all sorts of conditions, which yeah, pretty standard. Now this does come with a 360 camera system. I would say that a car of this size doesn't necessarily need it, but this would definitely be nice for tight parking spaces and, you know, parking garages too, I could imagine that. And then as for the infotainment system, response time's great. It does have, well, I don't know why I pressed that. It does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I like how there's two home screen buttons right next to each other. And then down below, we've got our analog controls here for the climate system. So dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats. You can see other shortcut buttons here for like turning off lane departure. And then you got your parking sensors, your parking assist, 360 camera system. Wireless phone charging pad down below. And then you guys can see our drive mode select with our stability control, auto hold, and then your auto stop start. Shifter for that 10-speed automatic. And then this is the analog control for the infotainment system if you don't want to use the touch screen. And there's carbon fiber trim all around, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I like they did a good job with like the trim here. Anyways, with the center console, it's pretty decent. Nice padding on the top, and then there's more carbon fiber trim above the glove box. There's like carbon fiber the world. We do have the camera rear view mirror, which is always a nice feature, and then another sunroof up front. Now taking a look at the window sticker, you guys can see 2024 CT5-V series. Base MSRP, $51,495. Super Cruise 2 package, $4,600. Premium package. All these options are kind of pricey when you add them up. And then you got the all-wheel drive. Oh, I guess this has massaging seats too. That's cool. Yeah, all-wheel drive package, $2,000. I mean, what else do we have? It's just like everything in here is an option, and it's all like $1,000 at least. Anyways, total MSRP $70,760, and well, let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood and helping us the heads-up display. Both the mirrors should do a blind spot monitoring. Throughout the rest of the rear. And let us set off. I hate that lady so much. Let us set off in the CT5-V. And I still have sadly not reviewed a Blackwing. Hopefully one day I'll be able to review a Blackwing, but the CT5-V, still a V, still cool. So first off, what I'm noticing is it's pretty comfortable for, you know, a more performance-oriented car. I think there's still a focus and luxury, and I'm sure that's why it has the massage seat function. Just turn that on. That's nice. It's always nice to get a massage while you're driving. Always a fun thing. But yeah, I mean, you can tell this is kind of a, I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable, it's a firmer ride. Let me see what mode I am in. Yeah, we're in touring mode. Yeah, we're in touring mode, so the more comfortable setting. I do like this interior. Like, you've got nice stitching and soft touch all over, and judging by the materials use in this car, I would say that's probably, like, this stuff looks like it's going to hold up really well over time. There's certain interiors that, you know, they look really good new, but then after 5-10 years they kind of don't. It looks like with what they've done here, this is pretty much going to look the same. So yeah, good job on that. That engine is it's in touring mode even. It's just wants to get up and go. Yeah, the suspension does a good job with damping for a more performance-oriented car. It has so much torque and 405 pound-feet. Yeah, very comfortable. Very well put together. Very well put together. Yeah, and it's one of those cars where you can just kind of comfortably cruise. And this engine has enough torque that you don't really have to dive into the throttle all that much. Seems like it develops it at a relatively low RPM. I've got it in the manual mode here, and then I've got it in the, I think, track mode is when I threw it in, so that'll be funny. That's cool. I haven't seen one of those in a while. The Taycan Cross Country Touring Cross Turismo. I think it's Cross Turismo. I can't remember. Anyways, got to short shift a bit. You guys can see where how the red line's pulled back. That's just for braking. So shifting before that, but the window sticker still flew off. But it feels good. It's a good engine. It's got solid Like the power feels power feels solid. Love this transmission. Love the tuning on the 10-speed. It's great. So to sum things up here with the CT5-V, this is a fun car. It's got great power, and the thing that's cool about this is it is pretty similar in price to like a BMW M340i, like a loaded up one of those, but this is a bigger car, right? It's a more substantial car. So with this car, I would say you're getting a good value, because you're getting like a, you know, bigger sized car, but at similar price to smaller sized European counterparts. As I was saying before I got distracted, I think this is a cool car. I think that this drives well, and yeah, I think it's, you know, compared to the European counterparts, I would say that it's a solid value. But let me know your thoughts on the CT5 regular V, right?